Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Tonight we're checking out a 2020 Toyota Prius Prime at night. So this video focuses on the interior and exterior lighting of the vehicle. Check my channel for a full overview and test drive videos. Those are separate videos. So first I want to point out that you can actually turn off all the exterior lights with the DRL off position. So that way the vehicle is completely dark if you like. When I turn on the parking lights, basically all the exterior lights turn on except for the fog lights. Now the headlights that are on now are a lot dimmer than when I actually turn the headlights on, the low beams. But the lights they're shining, so this is what it looks like. And they're pretty bright. I mean, they're not full power, but they do have pretty good brightness to them. All LEDs here in the front. You have a amber side marker. There's a red side marker here in the back. And here's the LED taillights. Very unique design. Here's the turn signal here in the front. It's a nice bright LED amber color. And LED amber here in the back as well. Now you notice there's no side marker there on the side mirror as far as the turn signal. Now I have the headlights on, and basically the same lights that were illuminated before are now much brighter. And then the fog lights are down here. Now the fog lights are in a reflector housing. And the headlights are in projectors. They actually are focused beams. You may not be able to tell too much now with this has the high beams on, but it's basically, the lights are still illuminated, but the center portion are in a higher and more different focused beam. So right now the high beams are kind of shining directly on the camera. As I move the camera down, all the lights are kind of shining right in here. There's a cutoff. So when you have high beams on, it gives you the illumination all the way up. When you put it on low beams, I don't know if you can see that, see those bushes down there, it's cut off. You see that bush is cut in half as far as the light. And then when I put the high beams on, it illuminates the whole thing. Here's the cargo area, and it only has one light here on the right side, and it is a kind of dim yellow halogen light, and a kind of low position, so anything in the right of the trunk area is going to cast shadows here on the left side. So I had to do this shot a little bit in the daylight and also some parking lot light shining in here, otherwise you're going to see almost nothing besides this right little corner here. So I think they could have done a better job as far as the cargo illumination. The inside of the back door, there's one backlit illuminated button, and that is the power window. And there is a central dome light. Looks like standard bulbs, doesn't look like an LED. And we do have some light interior, which helps out a lot with seeing in here. And with the floorboard, actually, with the angle of that light, it's not so bad as far as the illumination in the floorboard. There's some USB ports back here that are dark, they're not illuminated. And you have this armrest, nothing, all that's dark. So basically, in the back seat, it's the dome light and these little indicator lights so you can find the power windows in the dark. The front doors have puddle lights, so you can see the light there at the bottom of the door illuminating the ground before you. Now it is a standard bulb, no LED. It's kind of yellow and not very bright. You have some backlit illuminated buttons here for your power windows, door locks, and side mirror controls there. There is some illumination in the floorboard. I don't know if you can see that, for both the driver's side and the passenger side here in the front. And then once again, you have this dome light, but it's a little bit more than just one light. It's two lights kind of connected together there in the middle. Standard bulbs, kind of yellowish looking, but it does illuminate the light interior pretty good. If we had dark interior, it'd be a little bit lacking, but since this light interior, it's not so bad. Okay, so I have the interior lights on, and just to give you an idea of what it looks like with the backlit buttons, and you can see around pretty good. There's some floorboard illumination, which is nice, and there's some on the passenger side, but it's hard to pick up on camera with a black floorboard. So let's go ahead and turn the interior lights off. So now we're left with the backlit buttons and the screens. Now you notice the screen is pretty bright, so you want to make sure that that's adjusted for you. So it, you might not want this bright screen in your face while you're driving, especially at nighttime. In the day, it's not so bad. And the gauges are here in the middle of the car, not in the middle of the driver's seat. So when you're driving, you have your heads-up display here, and then you have your screen over there, like your gauges, traditional gauge type screen, and then you have this big touch screen. And this is where you can control a lot of stuff, including your climate control, navigation, that kind of stuff. And right in here, there is a, I don't know if you can see, right here is a little light. And that is a little ambient light. So, if you can see that, it kind of shines and illuminates this area here. Now I'm getting some spillover light from the parking lot lights, but it helps illuminate this area. And it's a good thing because there's no illumination here. So let me turn on the night vision. And even with that, you can barely see. There's actually a pocket in here. So there's a wireless charger for your cell phone right here. And it's in this vehicle, it's black. So there's no illumination under here. So it's just all dark. So looking at it without the night vision on, it's just a empty spot there. So trying to locate and put your phone in place is going to be a little bit difficult because it has to be kind of precise in spot in order to charge the phone. And there's backlit buttons for your heated seat, which is good. Cup holders are here, and once again, let me turn the night vision on because it's completely dark here. Glove compartment does have a little light in there. Let me turn the night vision off. You see, it's like not much, but it does have a light. So above the rearview mirror, there's a little pocket here to put your sunglasses. That's dark, of course, which usually is. You have some tap lights. These are kind of standard looking bulbs. And then you have backlit buttons for you can have your lights all on, all off, or have them turn on with the door in that center position. Then you have an emergency button here that you have to open up the door to access. This would be for like roadside assistance. The visors have mirrors and lights, looks like standard bulbs. They're pretty bright. Backup camera is, as far as the visibility, you can see really good behind you. You notice it only takes up a small portion of the full screen. But as far as the visibility, it does amplify the light. Plus you have the reverse lights and the brake lights and all that stuff behind you. So that's all good as far as the visibility at night through the camera. It's not super high resolution. There is some noise going on, but it doesn't matter because the whole point is just to see behind you. You do have to deal with the beeping noise in this vehicle when you have it in reverse though. So here's some dark trees, and you can see the cutoff. On the left side it dips down a little bit. On the right side it's more higher, and this is for oncoming traffic basically. There's your high beams, there's your low beams. Here it is on a wall, so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. There's your high, you see the pattern. Now I have the automatic high beams on, so we'll see how much it blinds people. That's the problem with automatic high beams and very bright LED headlights, is that they don't function 100%. So sometimes you might blind somebody. It only takes a second of really bright light to shine in somebody's eyes while they're driving to become a road hazard, a real problem. So the automatic high beams are something that you don't want to rely on 100%.